Hello. Today we are going to be talking about the UFOs, UAPs, aliens, and I'm going to give you my opinion if I think that 2025 is going to be year of UFO disclosure. So obviously I don't know, I am not a scientist and I am not insider or so all of this is going to be just my opinion and reality can be different. So for me, there are three options how this can be with these UFOs, with these aliens. And out of these three options, I think that two are possible and one I don't think it is that much possible. So the first option we need to consider this is that there are no aliens, and if there are no aliens coming in here, then you cannot disclose anything because they are not coming here. There are two different questions. One question is are there aliens in the universe? And other question is are those aliens visiting us? And these are like completely different questions because there may be trillions of aliens and at the same time they are not visiting us. So yeah, I don't think that this option that there are no aliens coming in here is the case because we have all of the whistleblowers, all of the UFO hearings and so on. But I think that we still need to consider this as an option that basically if they don't have aliens, you cannot have aliens disclosure. So yeah, the second option is that they are indeed aliens and they are coming here and the US government is not aware of this. Or better said, they are aware of it, but they don't have like bodies, they don't have crafts and so on. They only have some videos and so on. I don't think also that this option is the case because I think that if they are aliens coming here, they know more information. And you have these whistleblowers like David Grush who said that they have crash retrieval and reverse engineering program. But this is also one of the options that there are indeed aliens, that there are these UFOs which are flying in this way that we cannot explain. But for now, nobody has crafts and so on. The last option, option number 3, this is the option that is like in the UFO community and in the UFO hearings and so on, is that there are indeed aliens coming here and that US government or other governments or part of the US government or someone is aware of this and they have these crafts and maybe they have even bodies and so on. So out of these three options, for me the most possible is the option number 3, mainly because of these whistleblowers. So for example, this David Grush, who was in front of the Congress under the oath, he said that he interviewed maybe 40 people and these 40 people, they were in some way connected to this crash retrieval and reverse engineering program. Maybe they have been working on this stuff and so on. But he said that he interviewed 40 people who told him the same story and so on. So yeah. So for now, let's skip this option number 1 and let's skip this option number 2. There are still options, so I am not saying that there is 100% sure, it is 100% sure that there are these aliens and US government is aware of it. But for now, let's go with this option. If this is the case, based on these whistleblowers, they have this information for many years, or better said, for many decades. One would say that maybe they have this information for 70 or 80 years. If this is the case, that there are in these aliens coming here and they are aware of it, they have crafts and they are keeping this as a secret for 70 or 80 years, it means one thing. It means that these people are really good at keeping secret, you know? Because if you are not good at keeping secret, you wouldn't be able to keep this for 70 or 80 years. Also, during this time, you know, people are going to die and new people are going to be born. So there is like other generation of people who are like keeping this as a secret. So yeah. So if this is the case, that they have been keeping this as a secret for so long, they are good at keeping this as a secret, and they may keep this as a secret for a long time in the future. Now we have all of these videos, like this TikTok video, Go Fast video, and so on. So these videos that were released, which were made by US military. We have these whistleblowers, we had these UFO hearings, we had many people, or we have many people who are fighting for this information to go public. We have Luis Elizondo, who was working for the Pentagon, and yeah, we have like this journalist like Jeremy Corbell, Ross Coulthard for the News Nation, and so on. But my point is that there is so many people fighting for this information to go public, and we still don't have official statement that there are indeed aliens. One would say, or I would say, that if you are going to have someone like David Grush, who went to this journalist, Ross Coulthard, on the News Nation, and he told him that we have aliens crafts and aliens bodies, and we have this crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, and then later on he said the same thing under the oath in front of the Congress. One would say, or I would say, that if someone in his position is going to do this, then it's going to be like, okay, game is over, and yeah. And now we are maybe 1 year and a half later, and still nothing. So for me, it's really interesting if this is the case, if these aliens are really real, and if US government or part of the government is hiding it. It's really interesting that they have been able to keep this as a secret for so long, but it's even more interesting that they have been able to keep this as a secret after all of these people trying to put this information out. I found a little correlation in real life, or like one's life, and this UFO disclosure. Especially I found like correlation in my life. Maybe, you know, it's not going to be the same for everyone, but sometimes you can be working hard, you can be putting so much energy, so much work, you may be like trying to be a better version and so on, working on your projects, trying to start your company and so on. And sometimes that's life, that you can put years of work, and as a result you are going to have nothing or almost nothing. And the same thing seemed to be similar to this UFO disclosure, that after all of these people, they put it so much energy, they put it their heart, they put it their soul. Some of these journalists are trying to get this information out for maybe decades, for 10 or 20 years, and we still don't have this information official. We have people in the Congress who are trying to get this information, we have whistleblowers, we have some videos, we have these journalists and so on, and still we don't have this information. So, was all of this just waste of the time? I don't think so. I was chatting with ChatGPT. I was chatting about my life and also about like this UFO disclosure in one topic because, as I said, I found like big correlation in my life and this UFO disclosure, and it told me this may be obvious that even though you cannot see results, it doesn't mean that there are no results at all, and it doesn't mean that you didn't move anywhere. Okay? So just a little example. Right now I have this YouTube channel, and for now I don't have any views, any subs, and so on. But it doesn't mean that I didn't move anywhere because I started, because I was practicing how to speak, because I was like researching and so on. So even though I don't have any results yet, it doesn't mean that I didn't move anywhere. And the same thing with this UFO disclosure, because we don't have official statement that there are indeed aliens, it doesn't mean that we didn't move anywhere. You know, maybe we have moved 80% or 90% of the journey, and right now there is only like little push which is needed to put this public. Because if this is real, I need to emphasize this because there is still possibility that there are no aliens coming here, but if this is real, and there are people who are hiding this, they cannot hide it forever. Maybe it was easy for them to hide it when nobody was talking about it, at least like nobody publicly, or like, people with high credentials and people like this David Grush and so on. But now, when you have many people trying to put this information, if this information is real, public, they probably won't be able to hide it forever. So maybe we are really close to disclosure. Maybe right now it may be questions of days or questions of weeks or question of months, who know? But one video, one photo, one document, one person who is going to have some kind of material which is going to be stolen or something can change this. Can change this completely, and we are going to have this officially. Now I am putting a lot of hope for like Donald Trump when he is going to be president, that he is going to be able to move this topic, and that he is going to be indeed able to disclose this information. So for me, it's like obviously he is going to have other stuff to do. There is like a war in the Ukraine and many other things. So he is not going to be able to work 24/7 on the UFOs, and probably he is not going to disclose this after 2 days in the office. But I really put hope that he is going to move this to another level, and maybe even to the official disclosure. So maybe it is not going to happen in 2025, but I really put a hope that during next 4 years of his presidency, he is going to officially disclose this. Or maybe it's not going to be he, maybe someone else, but I really put a lot of hope that during next 4 years, especially with Trump being president, that we are going to have the official UFO disclosure. If not, if during next 4 years we are not going to have like official disclosure, we are just going to have other congressional hearings and other people saying it, but without any proof, I am probably going to lose hope that it is going to be public in next 20 or 40 years. You know, they say that never give up. And yeah, but if during next 40 years we are not going to get this information out, I am really going to lose hope that it is going to be public anytime soon, or maybe I am even going to think that there are simply no aliens, and so yeah. But what I want to say is it may be possible that this disclosure is going to come in 2025. It is very possible. Donald Trump can push it from one day to another day, and you may have this out of nowhere like COVID, you know? With COVID, it was maybe a little bit different because nobody was expecting this. Right now, this UFO disclosure, people are expecting this, but there is a real disclosure may like shock us, all of us, and it is really possible that it is going to happen even this year. You know, I would say that maybe there is more than 50% of the chance that they are going to disclose it, and yeah. Now, one thing which is interesting is that many people may be disappointed after the disclosure. There are many people who are going to be surprised because they don't follow this story and so on. So you may think that many people are following this, but I would say that maybe 90% of the like world population, they don't care. Like people in India, people in China and so on, or people anywhere, they have their life and they don't even care. So you have this UFO community, but it may be maybe 10% of the population. So many people may be really shocked after this disclosure. There may be many conspiracies and so on. But for the people who are like waiting for the disclosure, it may be a little bit disappointing. Because right now we have one question, and the question is, are those aliens? And after the disclosure, we are maybe going to have 10 other questions, and maybe they are not going to tell us these answers. So if Donald Trump is going to tell us that indeed there are aliens, now we are going to have questions. Are they from our galaxy, or are they from which star system are they? How are they traveling? Are they using something with the gravity? Are they, traveling faster than light? Can they like manipulate time? And how are they going to look like? Are they going to be biological beings, or are they going to be some kind of robots or some kind of AI? And if they are going to be biology, are they going to be based on DNA or something completely else? Are they going to be based on carbon? Are they going to be big, or are they going to be this small? So we may have much more questions after the disclosure, and some of these questions we probably won't get the answers. And the reason is that they are still going to follow this national security and things like this. So there are two things which may be disclosed, and one of them is probably not going to be disclosed, and one could be disclosed. So two things, those are like alien technology and alien biology. Alien technology is something which probably, even though if they are going to disclose that there are aliens, they are not going to disclose the technology. So we are probably not going to find out if they are going to use some kind of gravity or some kind of anti-gravity. We are not going to find out what material they use, what physics they know, and things like that. So I think that this is something which they may keep as a secret, and for many people it may be disappointing because they may be really interesting in the technology. I personally would be more interested in the biology, and I think that the biology is something that if they are going to disclose this, and they indeed have bodies, it is something that can be disclosed, because I think that there are no like security restrictions and so on. So the information, how these aliens are going to look like, if they are going to have one head and hands and legs and eyes, and if they are going to be based on DNA and based on carbon, and how tall are they going to be, and how old are they going to be, like can they survive for 1,000 years and so on. I think that this kind of informations could be disclosed, and that can be really, really amazing. So yeah, there may be people who are more interested in the technology, and it is going to tell you a lot about the physics and things like that, about the universe. Other people may be more interested in biology, and it is going to tell you a lot of about life in the universe and things like that. And yeah. And if you are someone who would be more interested in the technology than biology, you may be disappointed because they probably won't disclose this information. But I personally, if I would have to choose out of these options, I would definitely go with the biology. I want to know how they look like. I don't want to know how similar they are to us. And yeah, the technology is also really, really interesting, because you want to know if you can travel faster than light and things like that. But I personally, if I could choose, I would go with the biology, and it is something that they possibly could disclose. But yeah, so all of this was just my opinion. Reality can be different. I don't know if they are going to disclose this. I don't know what they are going to disclose. I don't know what information they have. I don't know if they indeed have aliens. So this was just my opinion, but I personally think that they have, and I personally hope that this year or in the next 4 years we are going to have this information officially. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, or anything, and yeah. If you have been here until the end of the video, you may consider to give me like if you like this video. It would help me a lot to continue, because YouTube can be hard at the beginning. So yeah, I am not asking for the subscribe. For that, you probably should watch other videos and then decide. But one like, if you like this video, would really, really help me, would motivate me to continue and so on. So yeah, this was just my opinion. Take it as an opinion, and yeah. So have a nice day and goodbye.